Hi YouTubers, it is me and I am back again, and it's been a while. I will say it has been a long while. But it's good to be back, and I'm just gonna get right into this for you guys. Before I get started, everybody knows the drill. Shout out to all of you newbies. Thank you for, despite my absence, still subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I'm still doing my thing. I'm trying. I'm not doing very good right now, but that's the great thing about being on this weight loss journey. You are successful, and then sometimes you have some moments where you stumble, and it's all about you pick yourself up, you get back at it, and you keep going. So shout out to all of y'all who are joining this channel, and the usual shout outs and encouragement to try out some new stations, some new channels. I'm thinking radio. Sorry, you guys. It's that kind of day. I just got off from work. Yeah. So all of the names that roll across the screen are my new subscribers, and again, encouragement that you guys check out some other people's YouTube channels. So hello to all of you and welcome. So to get right into this craziness, I gotta tell y'all, the last video I did was week 21, and I weighed in at 194.6, which is the lowest I've weighed in since my weight loss journey began back in February. So it has been a while, but the thing is that this is going to be a video about week 22 to week 26, and currently I'm on week 27, so this is my last weigh-in from this past Saturday, and it's been, like I said, it's been challenging these past few weeks, several weeks. One of the biggest challenges for me has honestly been my health. I mean, the last time I saw you guys, or I came on, I was in DC. I'm back here right now in California. And my work is kind of, anybody who watches my videos knows that work is a very big part of my life. And it's just been very, very intense, and largely because I'm about to wrap up my assignment here in California. And it's on to something new beyond this particular area, which is the Bay Area that I'm currently in. So I had a couple weeks where I've just been sick. Like, things have just been a little off. And I'm finally getting back to where I need to be. But when I say a little off, I mean, I actually ended up in the urgent care for I was having these bad bouts of dizziness for like a few days, and finally it got so bad like one Friday that I decided the next day to go into the urgent care. But that Friday was particularly intense because when I laid down, the whole room was just spinning. And usually when you're not feeling well and you lay down, if you're feeling faint or you're feeling a little dizzy, usually you lay down and you feel better. I've never experienced something this bad. Like, I felt worse laying down. It was just the oddest, strangest thing. So I lost whatever dinner or food I had eaten that day, but because it was just so crazy how much the room was spinning. And so a couple of days later, I was still having these light spells of, well, I had more light spells of dizziness, so I decided to go to the urgent care. Found out that I was just having bad bouts of vertigo. And plus I'm anemic, so, mixing those two things, it was just like really, really bad. And the doctor kind of put me on some medication to kind of help with the dizzy spells. So I was kind of like down quite a bit very, very tired. You know, and I've still, this past week has been hard because I like would literally sleep and sleep and sleep. Like after I get off from work, I would come home and just sleep and wouldn't wake up for a long time, and then wake up, then go right back to sleep. It was just like really bad. So that's been the challenges for me health-wise. The medication has helped a bit. So I haven't within the past week had any dizzy spells. I think the last dizzy spell I had was probably Tuesday of last week. So I'm doing better and glad to be back and up at it. So enough about that. Like I said, my last weigh-in was week 21. I weighed in at 194.6. And week 26, last Saturday, I weighed in at 195.8. Very, very frustrating for me. Like, since my video, since week 21, I've just had like, I had like a 0.4 gain, and then I had a 0.2 loss, and then I had a 0.8 gain, and then I had a 0.2 gain. So it's been a total gain of like 1.2 pounds since week 21. And I was just so frustrated. Like, what is going on? I talked to my Weight Watchers leader, and I just told her, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I track everything still. And, you know, I told her that, you know, since I've been on Weight Watchers, you guys who are just tuning in, I've lost over 25 pounds since I first started Weight Watchers. And I've always eaten out because I don't have a place where I can actually cook my meals. So I have no other choice but to eat out quite a bit. And so even with me eating out a lot, I was still able to lose a significant amount of weight. And so one of the things she told me was that maybe I'm just underestimating how much is in the food that I'm taking in. I was like, well, that's fair. But on like Sunday evening, I had to take a closer look at my tracking and see, what am I doing? Like, what is like off about? You know, what's going on? And after taking a closer look, I had to just be honest with myself. I had talked to a doctor, one of my doctors, a while ago, and I told him how this was before I started Weight Watchers. I'm like, I really, really need to lose weight, and he was concerned. And one of the things he told me was, you know, eat right during the week, and on the weekend, pick a day, a Saturday, a Sunday, or just any day I want, one day during the week where I can eat whatever I want to eat. And so I was like, cool. But I never followed that advice. And now, like, since being on Weight Watchers, I've been doing so good with my diet. And then I was like, well, one day a week, I'll do Saturday after my weigh-in. I'm going to treat myself, and I'm going to eat whatever I want. And I must admit, like, I went overboard, like, a lot. And that is the only thing that I can look at my tracking and say that is the only thing I changed. And so on Saturdays, it came across almost like I was like binge eating. Like, when I tell y'all I was eating whatever I wanted, it was whatever. Sweets, sugars, because those are my weaknesses. Those are like my trigger foods. I was totally doing that, and I wish I would have realized that before before this past Saturday, because I didn't do that bad this Saturday, but I did eat whatever I wanted. And so with that being said, it wouldn't be as bad if I were like not, like, if I was further down on the scale, but I'm not, and I'm still in the 190s. I'm trying to get out of the 190s. I can't wait to get out of the 190s. I'm feeling antsy like I was feeling when I was close to getting out of the 200s. So I need to get out of the 190s. I'm going back to the basics, and I'm just, you know, looking at that is exactly what the problem is. Like, I really feel like Saturdays have been kind of like my binge days, and I eat whatever I want. And I'm going to, upon like taking a closer look at my behavior, because the only day when I looked at my tracking, the only day that I stopped tracking was on Saturdays, and that's because I could eat whatever I wanted on Saturdays. I gave myself the permission to do that. So gotta change that. And I had like just kind of like a mental breakdown a little bit on week 24, because I had an incredible week 24. Like, my body was feeling so good because I was like working out. I had worked out strongly 3 days that week before I started getting like these spells of vertigo. And I'll never forget, I was able to like run like over a mile without stopping, and my body just felt like good from the inside out, like it was floating or glowing. And the next thing I know, I step on the scale and I've only lost 0.2. I just about flipped. I was like, all of that and all I got was 0.2. I was like ticked. I was so mad. And so I just think that going back to like looking at what my behavior has been, I really need to eliminate that one day that I've been giving myself, because that's really hasn't even been a day of enjoying what I want. It's almost been like a binge day, and I just have to be honest about it. And so I'm going to eliminate that this weekend. So I won't do that, and I'm going to see what kind of result I get. And also, I've given myself a little something to look forward to in trying to look good. I would love to lose between now and the Valentine's Day weekend of next year, because for those of you who follow the NBA, that is the NBA All-Star. And it's going to be home, back in my home state. In the city of Houston, Texas. And so I'm trying to get me and my girls, my home girls, I'm trying to get the girls together, and we're going to go down there and have a good time. And I would just love to be at least 20 pounds lighter by then. So that is like roughly about a pound a week, give or take, you know. And I should be on par to be 20 pounds lighter. And I think that would be a great energy boost for myself and great confidence boost. So that's where I'm at. This is my week. This week I'm going to aim to lose at least a pound. I'll take a pound this week. I'm not asking for much, just a pound. And I think that'll be encouragement and get me back on track. Thank you guys for watching. It's always great to be able to come on and say what's up and let y'all know I'm still at it. I'm still in the weight loss journey. I'm still on the weight loss journey, I should say. So you guys, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.